Hi everybody, it's PJ and I am showing you my altar today. Now, I call this my happy altar, and I put lots of things on my altar that make me happy. I know the lighting from outside is making it hard to see, but we'll start over here. And this is a geode my son got me, and it was polished up, and it's a quartz, and it's beautiful. And then I have a Santeria candle and some prayer beads that I actually got this at a psychic fair. They were giving them out. I really liked it. And I got some prayers and mantras to go with it that were cool. And then a friend of mine at another psychic fair I worked, by each one of our tables, she set a crystal. And this was one. And at the end, she gave them to us as a gift. It was very nice. And then this is just a little antique silver tray that I have. And on it are rocks and stones that I've collected from places where I went, like in different towns and anywhere I had gone. This is a rune. That's Bjork, the rune Bjork. And things that just make me happy in general, that remind me of other places. I know this rock here, this one here, came from Glacier National Park when I was on a trip with my boyfriend. And when I hold it, I feel some of that trip come back, the feelings. It was a train trip. It was over a week long. It was so beautiful. And then this is a cigar. And in Voodoo and Santeria, you sacrifice things, not goats. But, I mean, Santeria, they actually do. But I don't do live sacrifices. But things like smoke from a cigar, rum, coffee is really good to sacrifice when you're doing different spells or incantations, because you would rather choose what you're going to sacrifice than let the powers that be do it, because it might be something you're not willing to give up. And then this is from my family, because we are Jewish, and they just pays homage to them. Then this is a teacup that you can use for reading tea leaves. And I just love this sugar skull. I love sugar skulls, and this was the coolest bottle. My son sent it to me from New Orleans, and I just think it's so beautiful. And then up here we have, this is a sage stick, and if you're moving into a new house, or if you want to rid yourself of any kind of negative energies, you burn this and you put it in all the corners. You burn it into all the corners of your room. Let the smoke trail to all the corners of your home, and it clears. It's a clearing thing. It cleanses it. And this is actually for my grandmom, and it's a little pot. Look at how cool it has the little tweezers inside. Do you see that? Okay, I just thought that was like the coolest thing for my Nana. And then I have a nice big piece of amethyst, and this is amethyst. I got from the same girl that I actually bought this piece from, the girl that did the psychic fair years ago. And then this is a candle. This is Papa Legba. So in Voodoo, Papa Legba, he's like the gatekeeper to the spirit world, and you tell him your story. And Papa Legba loves the stories. And this is a compact, very old compact from my grandma. And this is another piece of amethyst. And I'm going to show you how to use amethyst in a spell to cool off somebody's spirits. Like if you want to get rid of a guy that won't leave you alone, or a girl, or just make somebody not mad, or different things. Because amethyst is very cooling. It breaks the emotion. It can break it down. So I'm going to show you that one day. And then this was a gift from my son, and this is my Marie LeVay doll, and I just love her. I think she's just so magical. Wicked cool stuff. And of course I have some brooms, and I have them all over my house. And this is an incense burner. It's Tree Man. And it's an incense burner that, I wish the lighting was better. It's outside, snow reflecting, making it hard. But I hope you can see this. That a friend of mine gave me for Christmas. So this is my happy altar. And I believe all witches should have a nice happy altar full of things that you remember, things that are magical to you, things that you're about to use or going to use for a spell one day, things that you remind you of people. And I do in the mornings before I eat or drink anything. I always try anyway to go outside and remember the faces of my ancestors who have passed before me. And I do a little prayer, and it's just that I remember the face of my father. I remember the face of my grandmothers. I remember the face of my grandfathers. And I remember my ancestors, because in Voodoo and Santeria, they believe that the whole reason for me having this conversation with you right now, that's why my parents were born, and their parents, for the now, for the moment now. So I always walk on my ancestors' shoulders. Everything they went through so I could have a life and have this conversation with you right now on YouTube. Isn't that crazy? It's a great way to think about things. So I never want to forget. So every day I remember the face of my father. I remember the face of my relatives, my past relatives, because I walk on their shoulders. They are the clay beneath my feet. They are everything that I ever do, and one day I will be everything my children ever do. And that is the way it is, in my mind. Okay, so here is my cards. These are the cards I use for reading. Let me show you this mess. So my cards used to be a normal deck of cards. But as you can see, they're huge because they're so feathered and old from me using them so long. And on top, I'll tell you what this is. This is a vase on the top of the card. That's called a vase. Isn't that beautiful? And in Voodoo, you actually create them out of cornmeal. You hold cornmeal in your hand like this, and then just like in India they do with the sand, well, in Voodoo you do it with cornmeal, and you create many different, but one of these kind of symbols on the ground, and then you pour, you would pour like rum or blow smoke and different sacrifices to gain what you want. So my sacrifice every day, I do my little prayer that I remember the face of my father. I remember the face of my ancestors, my grandmothers, my grandfathers, and they drink before I drink. And I pour a little coffee into the ground. And for me, that is my like minimal sacrifice for all the good things that I get out of life. I let them drink first. I offer them the drink first. And that's my sacrifice. And so I just wanted you to go ahead and start making your lovely little happy altar. You know, use things from your past. Gather things up from your family that mean something to you or that means something to them. Because like every time that I do anything with my witch's altar here, every time I do anything, I have them with me. Their power is with me. So it's not just me doing a spell. It's everybody I've included here doing the spell. So, yeah, so start gathering stuff up. If you're at the shore with somebody you love and you see a shell, pick that shell up. Put some power into it with your hand, you know. That's what these are. Put some power with your hand and just like, you know, that makes it magical. That this has power to me. All these things in this has power to me because it's things that I collected along the way with somebody I loved, somebody I felt great about, and something that made me happy. And so this is how I remain happy. When I meditate to my happy altar. I can put pictures up here. I change it up all the time, but this is my basic stuff. But I put pictures of my late boyfriend. I put pictures of friends and family. And I include like a lot of people. And a lot of different good stuff that's happened to me. And I don't want to forget it. So this is one way that I stay happy. This is what I meditate to a lot. Not always, but a lot. Depends on what I'm trying to do. So start creating your happy altar. Find a place that feels good. Throw down some cloth. My son got me this. I really love it. It's actually got a pentagram in the middle, which I love. It's just like a little thing. But you don't need that. It can be any kind of material, anything that makes you happy. And lay it down. If you love flowers, if you love butterflies, just go grab a swatch of material and start putting things on there that you love. Put a candle on it, burn incense on it. You have fire power, air power. All those rocks is earth. You can even grab a little water. And, you know, sometimes I get holy water and put it up there. I've done all kinds of crazy stuff because that's my life. Hi everybody, it's PJ, and it is seriously nasty out today. It is Sunday, and it is, I don't know, why isn't my temperature thing on? I don't know why my temperature thing isn't on. But I don't know what the degrees is outside, but it's like not really cold. It's almost misty. But as you can hear from the jiggling of my car, that's me going over snow patches, because I live in Cecil County, Maryland, which is beautiful. It's by the bay, and I live like literally like 5 doors away from the water and blah blah blah. But they don't, it's a little tiny town, and they don't really do much when it comes to cleaning up, especially on a Sunday. They will wait until tonight, but I think it's supposed to freeze up tonight. So I don't know why I talked to you about the weather. But okay, so yesterday my girlfriend took me down to the casino, which I'm also going to throw, I did a little teeny bit of a film, I mean literally tiny. But so we went to the casino and it wasn't snowing. And when you're in a casino, you're kind of like in another world. There's like no windows or anything. So we're there and we're playing, and first I'm winning, then I'm losing. I'm not a great gambler. There we go. This is the winner facts, right? Right here. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, now. It's gonna win. It's gonna hit. That's my friend Carrie. Hi. We're at the casino for the day. It's a snowy day. Talk to you later. I proved it to myself yet again. But, so we're in there, and then we go, like, people start calling me saying, like, why are you not home? And I'm like, oh, I'm out with my friend. And they're like, no, it's horrible out. So I walk outside, there's like 4 inches of snow on the ground. And literally, Route 40 had no, like, there's no black, you could see no lines. And, so the girlfriend I was with, like, she's a little bit of a drama queen. But I'm afraid to drive in bad weather. So I get in the car, and she gets in the car, and she's like talking, and I can't find it again. And it came in a little purse, and we've sewed it up 5 times. Oh, okay, so we're in a blizzard, guys. Just so you know, coming back from the casino. So greedy are we that this is what we want to have to deal with afterwards. But that's okay, because we had fun. And nothing phasing her, and I'm freaking out, and she's like, oh, stop being dramatic. And I was like, listen lady, I listen to your drama. I used to read her like daily. I listen to your drama every day for like years now. 8 years, is it? Yeah, you can listen one day to my, I'm not a drama person, but you can listen to my drama one day. But we made it home safely, and now it's melting, and I don't think much was, you know, plowed. So it's a mess out here. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything other than me telling you what I'm doing today. So I already videoed the first part of my video this morning, and it's all about sacrificing and my happy altar. And I'm showing you my happy altar so that you can get an idea of the kind of altar I think. I like to keep things light and happy and white magic, and everything I bring to me, I try to bring in a positive way. So I don't do a whole lot of the doom and gloom. I do talk to ghosts and spirits, but I don't see them as malevolent or scary, you know, unless they try to show themselves to me that way. And then, you know, I would stay away from that. Like, I'm not looking to be scared out of my mind or anything, but I love playing with all of the elements and witchcraft, and I just love it. I think it's how you get what you want in life. Certainly how I've gotten what I wanted in life. So, so I did my happy altar. And what the happy altar is, it's just me showing you, the things that I put on my altar, which have to do with like my family and trips I've taken and magical places and magical tools. And you can really put anything on your happy altar that makes you happy. And I use that when I meditate. A lot of times I'll meditate in front of my altar, and I try to draw the energy out of the rocks and stones and all the different things that I'm going to link, like you'll see it in this video. And the other part of it is about my ancestors. And so I believe that they're with me, like that they are the strength and power I have. They're the DNA in my blood. Without them, I would not be here. So every morning I sacrifice to them. I sacrifice, and it's nothing huge. I'm not like cutting open fingers, although I've done that. But I sacrificed my first sip of coffee, or tea, depending on which I'm using. And I don't drink until they drink. And I pour it into the ground, and I say that I remember them, that I remember what they look like. And I imagine, like, I begin it, I loved my father. My father was certainly the rock in my life, and he's passed. But I remember him every day. I remember things he said every day. So I let him know. I remember the face of my father. I remember the face of my grandmothers. I remember the faces of my grandfathers. I walk on their shoulders. I could even add Jeff. I remember Jeff. I remember his face. And those are the people that are within me, that I carry with me. And so, and then I sacrifice, I pour a little coffee on the ground. And that's my sacrifice for the day. Now, the reason why I do that, partially, is because I do play with magic. And when you play with magic, sometimes there's a toll to it, you know. You're asking for something, so you want to give. I don't believe it's like an equal proportion thing, but, and I do believe the universe will open up if you just ask it to and be grateful for what you have. I believe that. But the other side to that is I want to give back. And the way I want to give back is to give back to my ancestors and those who came before me, struggled, worked, loved, had lives, were happy. I want to give back to them. And the way I do that is by remembering their face. You know, we're all 100 years from being forgotten. And that's okay, you know. We have to make room for the next ones. But I want, while I'm here, I'm going to remember the face of everybody who went before me, that I stand on their shoulders, that I walk with them. They walk beneath me. They carry me. And I get strength from that. And I feel like I give with that. Like I feel like I'm giving back with that. And I never forget them. Every day that I'm alive, those people are still remembered. They don't just drift off into old stories. They're remembered. And I think that's really important, okay? And I don't look at it sadly. I look at it gratefully. And the more grateful you are, and the more you believe that everything you do will come true, the more you're going to get. So anyway, that's all for today. I'm just finishing up an earlier video I did. And I love you all. If you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my life, follow me. I know it's a little nutty, but follow me. And we're going to do all kinds of magical, wicked, cool things together. And I love you. And the magic's right here in you. You can make it happen. So go make it happen. Go get whatever you want out of life. Just tell yourself the plan's already in the works, and you'll get it. Okay, I promise. So go make it happen. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Stay safe. These roads are going to get icy. So if you're around the East Coast, around the Chesapeake Bay, just stay safe. And I love y'all. Bye.